Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Bitcoin remains correlated to equity markets like the S&P 500 index amid the ongoing financial crisis, okay? This from XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter. He posts a link here from the Block Crypto, I believe it is. It's from the Block Crypto, saying amid the current financial crisis, Bitcoin has yet to prove itself to be a safe haven asset that many claim it to be. In fact, research by the Block shows that Bitcoin has been relatively correlated to the equity market, and essentially, all this is suggesting is that, despite what we were believing before the crash, the fact that, crypto can save us, people will flock to crypto in the case of a stock market collapse, that has clearly not been the case. Guys, if I bring up the S&P 500 here, we can see that there has been a collapse and a subsequent rebound based on positive investor sentiment now coming into the market a little bit because, the Fed has laid out a plan on how they're going to pump in billions of dollars into the market. And you guys can see here, the Bitcoin chart is also correlating to that. So we saw the crash here with a bit of a rebound. You can see the S&P 500, same kind of thing, right? A crash, okay, with a bit of a rebound now over the last few days. And other cryptos like XRP are following along with that trend. But then I saw this from AMB Crypto. Crypto markets' reaction to the beer flu suggests a realistic approach from users, and so this article has outlined some certain cryptocurrency wallet behavior during what has happened. So let me just read you guys some of this. Taking into account the users' activity of the top 10 cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap, the report looked at the Pearson correlation scores that identified patterns in terms of the close correlation between the active address counts from the start of the year until March 23rd, 2020. So here is a chart demonstrating the correlation to the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap, it seems to be. So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, USDT, Tether, which is an ERC20 implementation, BCH, BSV, Litecoin, BNB, and XTZ. The findings were interesting. While the majority of the cryptos failed to show any patterns pertaining to the correlation, an exception to this was Ethereum and USDT's ERC20 implementation on the Ethereum chain. And so you guys can see here a little bit of an uptick with Ethereum and USDT. However, on analyzing data of the cryptocurrencies individually with regard to its daily active address count, the report found active addresses on Ethereum and USDT's Ethereum implementation have climbed pretty noticeably as the beer flu crisis has escalated. It may be that users who aren't generally active have turned to USDT as a safe haven over the past few weeks, leading to a spike in active addresses here. And so that's my thought too. People are taking their money out of their crypto. When they were seeing the market fall, they were like, oh, well, I better safeguard my money, lock it into USDT, which is obviously the stable coin pegged to the greenback. But there was also that question about Ethereum. The report also highlighted that between the period of Italy's lockdown and the announcement of a state of emergency in California, Litecoin recorded a huge spike in active address counts. So this highlighting Litecoin and how it spiked during that specific period. So in fact, while on March 4th, the active address counts for Litecoin was around 52,000 as per data from Glassnode, 3 days later the same was over 202,000. The report went on to highlight that, interestingly, it doesn't seem like most of these major tokens saw any major changes in active address patterns, even as life changed massively for millions as the pandemic spread. And so this finding is of significance primarily because it shows a growing maturity of cryptocurrency and the digital asset market. And so this is the overarching theme of today's video. What I wanted to talk about is the maturity and how cryptocurrency will grow out of this maturity and how Ripple and XRP will essentially thrive because of this. I don't think only because of this, but partially, in large part, because this is now happening today. Had this not happened, it may have taken Ripple and XRP, more time to get to where they want to get to. But I do seriously think this is going to push things through quicker. Let me go over this. And this has to do with what I'm talking about. Ripple teases next generation trading platform connected to XRP on-demand liquidity. So there has been a new job opening at Ripple, and it's revealing the company's ambition to build a trading platform connected to its XRP-powered cross-border payment solution ODL, guys. So Ripple says it's looking to hire an engineer to manage and help build ODL and leverage the superior speed, low transaction costs, and scalability of XRP. The job listing teases a next-generation trading platform that will be integrated with ODL. This gets me excited. A next-generation trading platform. So something that we have never seen before. This is something new. This is going to build upon the existing technology. And what this says to me is that this is what's going to bring traders into the next generation of trading. We're looking for an engineering manager. So this is a quote from Ripple. We're looking for an engineering manager to lead and shape the team responsible for the ODL customer experience, integration into our next generation trading platform, and to be a critical part of defining the future trajectory of on-demand liquidity and RippleNet. It goes on down here just questioning how they will implement that, and something that David Schwartz said, and some former partnerships they had with DeFi and the Logos team. Guys, I will link this article in the description if you want to read it further. But this gets me excited because it tells me that not only is Ripple on track to basically conquer the world of cross-border payments, they are also looking into new verticals as we speak. Never let a crisis go to waste. Make sure you take advantage of the opportunity, especially if you're ready and roaring to go, and make it happen so that you can be the first company out of the gate to really thrive in this new and emerging space. So I saw this too from the Medium. 5 important crypto regulation updates in 2020 that every investor should know about. Now, when you read the title, think about it. These are regulations. These are things put into place that investors, they're specifically targeting investors here, that investors should know about. So if you are investing, in other words, if you're investing in cryptocurrency, these are the things you should be paying attention to choose a cryptocurrency that is going to come out on top in the future. Now, I'm going to read you a few of these points and we'll analyze them, okay? Number 1, a growing number of crypto-positive regulations. So more and more regulations proposed by governments and institutions today favor the adoption of crypto. There have been multiple bills put forward in the US, including the Blockchain Promotion Act of 2019, a policy that outlines the potential uses of the blockchain in government agencies. Another prominent bill, the National Defense Authorization Act of 2020. So on and so forth. Essentially, crypto-positive regulations is what we're going for here. Now, if you're invested in a privacy coin, do you think that they would want crypto-positive regulations? Probably not. If you're invested in a cryptocurrency whose company needs, whose company from the beginning has said that they need regulations to thrive, would you be interested in investing in that cryptocurrency? I'm talking about XRP here. Obviously, guys, I think the answer is yes, but pretend you know nothing about XRP and just read this and then think about what Ripple's doing, what XRP is striving to do, and then come to your own conclusion, putting all bias aside. Let's go to number 2, increased market involvement. When fintech disrupted the financial industry, institutions were quick to dismiss it as a fad. The state of financial services today has proved otherwise, with the industry expected to hit the 4.8 trillion mark in 2020. Crypto assets may see a similar rise as powerhouses embrace the technology in their products. And then it gives us an example here. So increased market involvement. Let's think of the company that just secured the 200 million Series C round of funding. That company is Ripple. That company is also worth $10 billion. That is a lot of money. That is nothing to scoff at. Okay, this isn't some 2-bit operation. This is the real McCoy. And so again, if you knew nothing about XRP today, and maybe some of you watching this video don't know anything about XRP, I know I would be thinking to myself, am I going to invest in a cryptocurrency that has a startup fintech behind them, that has no real connections to government, to financial institutions, that may have not even signed any partnerships or very few partnerships? Or am I going to get excited about investing in a cryptocurrency that has a $10 billion company backing them, that has numerous partnerships, 350 plus at the time of this recording, partnerships with banks, financial institutions, connection to government, the BIS, the IMF? Do I want to invest in that cryptocurrency or the former? Well, you guys can decide for yourself. Again, putting all bias aside, what makes sense when I give it to you straight like that? Let's go to number 3 here. Transparency will play a key role in encouraging adoption. So the decentralized nature of the blockchain may encourage adoption due to record transparency, a feature that eases AML/KYC compliance significantly. Ripple has always wanted to be transparent in what they're doing. Brad Garlinghouse has always gone on the record saying, hey, look, we are being transparent. We want governments to know what we're doing. We want to educate the public on cryptocurrencies, and we need to educate them to a degree to get them to understand that we are not like Bitcoin. We are not like Monero. We are a company that wants to leverage blockchain to benefit the people of the world. Let's go to number 4 here. Emerging markets lead the race in embracing crypto assets. And this is really important because emerging markets like South Africa and Malaysia are the most supportive in terms of embracing digital currencies, according to global research conducted by Luno. This is not a surprise considering many fintech solutions found success in developing countries before they made it big on the world stage. Now let's think about what Ripple's core strategy has been from the beginning. Okay, getting cross-border payments out there, making sure those exotic corridors have the liquidity in order for them to be able to transfer money seamlessly, cheaply, and quickly. This is up Ripple's alley. This is what Ripple has been focusing on from the beginning. They are the leaders in the race to embrace these emerging markets. They are the ones who said we want to bank the unbanked. And so I don't think I have to explain much more than that. And so number 5, blockchain monitoring will be necessary. Again, this goes to the whole idea of being transparent, the idea that you can see what the XRPL is doing. And this is, a feature of a lot of blockchains. The XRPL is open source. Anybody can build on it. Anybody can use it. You can see the transactions going through. This is why we have the whale alerts when there is mass quantities of XRP being transferred from one wallet to another. We can see this. It's the democratization of value flow, and XRP is that one digital asset that can do it efficiently, fast, and cheaply. This is why we're all here, and I know some of you guys might be interested in XRP and are still learning maybe a little more about it. For those of you guys, I always suggest to do your own research, but to me it's very, very clear. Ripple is going to thrive. XRP is going to be the token to bring us into the next generation of money transfer. And guys, David Schwartz has said it himself. This from Real XRP Boy at boy_XRP on Twitter. When being questioned about Ripple, the company he works for, he mentions this. It comes down to whether you believe it's possible, and if so, whether you think we can do it. We have the resources, okay? This is David Schwartz talking about Ripple. We've raised tens of millions in VC funding. We have the people, over 100 top-notch people working full-time. Certainly, we could still fail. Every bank Ripple adds is one more bank that will have no technical obstacles to having their payments bridged by XRP. And Brad Garlinghouse has mentioned it too. The more people on the network, the better it is for the whole ecosystem and the more efficient it will run. And one last thing before I go, folks. For those of you guys interested in the conspiracy theory side of it, this from XRP Joker at Joker_XRP on Twitter. I'll save this one for the history books. Read between the lines, and this is from The Economist, obviously owned by the Rothschilds, who also own many of the central banks around the world. Some people think these folks and the powers around them are the puppeteers orchestrating this collapse. They own The Economist, and this is the most recent cover. Everything's under control. Thanks so much at Joker_XRP for pointing that out. Read between the lines. If you're reading between the lines, I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.